call this meeting to order. I want to make a note quick that the board did meet in executive session on January 26th, and then prior to the meeting here this evening for collective bargaining and real estate. Mr. Barwin, can you run the roll call, please?
Mr. Jim Bard.
Here.
Mr. Mike Carey.
Here.
Mrs. Becky Wolfinger.
Here.
Dr. Nathan Goetz.
Here.
Dr. Michael Lyman.
Here.
Mr. Kirk Noggle.
Here.
Mr. Fred Scott.
Here.
Mr. Drew Alosi.
Here.
Mr. Darren Donovan.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we begin our deliberations this evening, let us once again be reminded of our duty to represent all the children of this school community, regardless of age, sex, race, or creed, and regardless of need or ability. This meeting is being live streamed and uploaded to the district's YouTube channel. May we now have a moment of silence to reflect on our thoughts, plans, and actions on behalf of the students in the Shippensburg Area School District, and a moment of silence for of the Shippensburg Area Senior High School. Moving on, Mr. August, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, sir.
All right, so I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Fred Scott, make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Scott made the motion, and a second by Mrs. Wolfinger. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to citizens' comments regarding agenda items. I don't believe we had anybody sign up for that. So moving on to reports. Superintendent report, Mr. August.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Fowler and her STEM team, fresh off their competition at the state level. They're going to talk a little bit about their efforts there and you know.
While they're setting up, I just have to say this is like my favorite, one of my favorite things that we get to see every year.
Yes.
Well, they keep doing exceedingly well.
I know.
Also, so that helps.
The drone last year was
Right.
Wow.
Just wait till you hear this one.
Yeah, I'm on pins and needles.
Hi, good evening. We are the Shippensburg Area High School STEM team, and we are proud. My name is Brady Carr.
I'm Mark Yusuf.
I'm Jacob Weist. We are proud to present Air Aware, our project for this school year. According to the EPA, nearly 46% of Americans each year breathe in unhealthy air throughout their life. Now, the Air Aware is our one-size-fits-all solution that we're trying to establish to help people breathe in better and healthy air and make healthier decisions. Currently, as societies move towards a more self-aware environmental progress, they are being more aware of the bad quality air that they're breathing in each day, and also pre-existing conditions like asthma can worsen that air quality for others. Our goal for this project is to develop a portable, low-cost sensor that allows people to carry around like a phone in their pocket that allows them to detect whether or not they're in an environment that has bad air quality for them.
So, I'm a little shorter, sorry. So, as Brady said, recently society has been more concerned with their health and their well-being, and nature has taken a negative effect on that by the air quality has actually become worse lately with all the fires, especially from Canada, if you remember that a couple years ago. There was one in Shippensburg, I believe, very recently as well. So most existing products already aren't very portable and are very expensive. And considering the market is very small right now, but it's growing rapidly, we believe this would actually be a great thing to invest in the future. So recently we've added a screen that's portable on it rather than using a computer so that you can view the data. And we built a 3D casing around it, so it's not just a bunch of wires. What else? If we were to improve the project further, we could collect data from more than one of these around a city, a country, or just a simple town in order to have it all relayed to one network so we can have projected data on that county, city, or state. Go ahead, Jacob.
So our project uses the Arduino microcontroller that is connected to a sensor that detects particles linked to health risks. How it works is there is a 9-volt battery in there that powers the whole thing. It is connected to a 5-volt converter, which converts it to 5 volts so it doesn't short out the Arduino Nano. And that volt converter is connected to the Arduino Nano, which actually powers it. And then that is connected to a particle sensor that intakes particles and then collects them. And that data that is collected is going through a screen, is going to be projected on a screen. When testing our product, we took readings in 8 different rooms in our school, along with outdoor readings. We witnessed noticeable differences in particle levels and clear variation in indoor versus outdoor air quality. Testing was done in spaces that appear clean, but revealed potentially dangerous levels of tiny particles.
AirAware is designed to make detecting poor air quality an everyday action that'll help people with pre-existing issues make better and healthier choices about their lives. I'd like to thank you for your time today, and we open it up to any questions that you may have about the project.
I have a quick question. And is the box 3D printed?
Yes, it was 3D printed at the high school.
And then the other thing, this sounds kind of like a pitch. You know,
This
sales
is,
pitch for
that is what this was designed as for our competition. Hi, Sharks. Thank you for listening to our pitch today.
wow, I think it's amazing.
Does it know different particles, or just how does it know it is just bad in general? Is it rating particles of certain types, or?
So what you see on the screen is that it detects the particles between different sizes on this, and whenever it was listed there. So particles that are larger in size are generally considered more dangerous to people. What you can see clearly is that some of the higher particles on the list for basically all indoor areas that are healthy, including this one here, were stated at 0. However, a good amount of small particles will exist, but it takes reaches till near the 100,000s of those small particles before it can start to become a danger to people's health. In our binder of our logbook, we have a chart that's also featured on our graph that displays whenever it starts to reach a dangerous level of each particle.
Should this be flashing red?
Ironically,
No, I'm just kidding.
we have not added the flashing red yet.
Does this unit just read and give you one output, or do you use a data logger to calculate over a period of time?
Usually we give it like 15 seconds to warm up because it constantly gives data, I think, every like second probably. So half a second. So we average 2 or 3 points, or just grab the first point, and that's what we put in our spreadsheet.
I don't know much about STEM and that kind of, but are you it's like a mechanical engineering, or that's what your 3 or how do you 3 come together other than a class?
Well, I'm more of a hands-on person, so I like to actually kind of get my hands on it. I soldered the thing together.
You better get your solder.
Yeah. I soldered wires together. I put in the pins. I handled the code. And Brady was more of like the pitch person. He made the pitch. He did a lot of like kind of the social aspect. And Mark did a lot of the heavy research and was very good at researching items that were integral to our project.
So I looked at your binder a little bit. It looked like in your graphs, maybe they're graphs on the poster, I can't see them. you have sort of a comparison to car exhaust for all of them, and it looked like we were in a good place compared to car exhaust in all of, right?
Yes, the car exhaust one was to show how it can detect toxic levels of air. That was a funny story. We had Jacob pull his car over to the side of the school, and we just quickly took car exhaust readings out of his car before parking it back in the parking lot. But we used the car exhaust to compare it to the readings from at least 8 other classrooms and other places throughout the school. We can thankfully say that the high school, while a couple of the older classrooms, the wood shop and the wrestling gym were slightly higher than we anticipated, it is still mostly healthy throughout the high school.
So we can confidently say that the students in the district are breathing something better than car exhaust.
Yes, we can confidently determine that based off of our readings. Even though the wrestling gym made it closer than we'd like to cut it.
I would just like to say thank you guys for coming. You guys always blow my minds. Of course, Brady, I know you really, really well, and I already think you're awesome. But I'd like to know from the three of you guys, what do you plan on doing after school? Have you guys given any thought to it?
I want to go to school, like university, and study electrical engineering.
Okay.
So this was a very important thing to learn, like soldering, how wires works, like essentially building circuits. So I thought that was a very cool aspect that I got to learn a lot about from our advisor, Mr. G. He did a phenomenal job, and just want to give him his thanks.
We get a round of applause from Mr.
Mr. G here, Mr. Gigliotti, he has worked with us for at least 2 years now, and he has been essential to helping us gather information, figure out what parts we would need, and give us recommendations. A lot of what we do would be impossible without his help and guidance, along with Mrs. Fowler and what we do as a STEM team each year.
Mr. G, you're from Letterkenny, correct? I remember right? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I am committed to the University of Akron out in Ohio. I'm going to be studying sports analytics there, so I like to take a lot of the data that we applied from these graphs and help create the graphs, and also then see how we can market that data and show what we can potentially do with our creation that we had this year.
Thanks, Brady.
So while I was involved in the STEM team and I'm in AP Physics, all that, I'm not the biggest fan of STEM. I actually want to be a lawyer. So, yeah, big difference. I hope to go to Dickinson. I haven't gotten my results back, but hopefully, yeah, I can study poli-sci at Dickinson and become a lawyer.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Maybe you could be a patent attorney.
Yeah, that's one of the options.
So my question is, what was the most challenging or annoying part that didn't go well, and how did you overcome it? Just try to keep it to one.
So a really annoying thing that we had to deal with was converting it to so we talked about how we used a computer, and there's a thing called a serial monitor. So in the code, it didn't really like to work well with the actual hardware of the screen. So something really annoying that we had to deal with was we had to go through the whole code, delete all the serials because they were like all to the serial monitor. So we had to change the pins. We had to change the serial from serial 1 to like serial 2 or 3. Yeah, we had to change serial to serial 1 because we were using different pins, the hardware, and then we had to change all the serials in the code to display, so it displayed on the actual hardware instead of the serial monitor on the computer.
So I didn't understand a lot of that, but I'm annoyed for you, and I'm with you.
I appreciate it.
Any other questions from the board?
Yeah, I saw the budget portion in the pamphlet there. Said you were able to create this for less than $200, if I read that correctly.
Yeah, and that's also because we accidentally started over and destroyed one of our parts. We had to wait about a week and a half until we got a replacement part back from it, but I take responsibility. That was my bad.
Well, maybe Mark can sue you later.
And you guys recently went to a competition, right?
Yes, on February 4th, this past Wednesday, we went up to Hershey. We were at the Hershey Lodge, and we competed with it was 10 other high schools. Yeah, we were one of 11 high schools that represented different areas around the state for the PA Inventors Convention. And we unfortunately did not place in the top 3. We personally felt a little slighted by that, but Yeah, but we are looking to potentially a couple of other competitions, none to name right now, but we just spent even about an hour today after school just going over different possibilities we could try to send in this project so we can continue competing despite not being able to qualify for nationals.
I assume, was this done in the new STEM room?
Yeah, we did. Nope, we did not. No, we worked within Mrs. Fowler's classrooms and her woodworking shop most of the time. Oh yeah, we did that code a little bit in Schwartz's room.
It wasn't
No, we did the 3D design and
using
The
SketchUp.
printing. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone. Congratulations on getting your states.
And a big thank you to Mrs. Fowler.
Oh, yeah.
While Mrs. Fowler's still here, I do want to just jump on and say, last month was Board Appreciation Month. We celebrated it now, and Mrs. Fowler and Ms. Spears had students create the pencil boxes and stationery wooden cases for you, using, I think, equipment that we have, the laser engraver, and students work to get those, and they apparently work very well. So we wanted to thank you and Ms. Spears and the students for that, and thank the board for their countless hours of often unappreciated time and effort that you put into making the district as awesome as it is. So thank you, board members, for that. Thank you, Mrs. Fowler. Thank you, students. Thank you, Mr. G. I think we can circle back. Leo, so Leo?
Yeah, so sorry
we're going to be
about
starting
that.
at 7:30. I probably
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to tell you that. But
Okay, I know now.
so are you ready to do
Yeah,
your
no,
report?
I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll be here at 7:30 from now on. So a lot of the sports teams have just wrapped up their seasons. Girls basketball had a really good year this year. They went 11-11, just missing out on the playoffs, but they keep improving each season. Boys basketball had their last home game tonight. Hopefully they're winning. Swimming has just wrapped up their regular season, and they had postseason competitions this past weekend. In other news, the drama department is still working effortlessly on their musical this year, Grease. Early March, be great to pop out. The winter formal will be held in the high school gymnasium on the 21st. PBIS has created Valentine's Spirit Week this week, so there's a lot of participation going on. Tomorrow is Twin Day, so fun times. And shout out to the middle school quiz bowl team who is traveling to Chicago for this upcoming springs, and they qualified for nationals, which is pretty amazing. So good for them.
Deal.
That's all for me.
Okay, thank you. Want to hit the enrollment report. So I gave a rather extensive update last board meeting. So looking at the report, we are at 3,762 students total. I just checked in Skyward today. It's actually 64 students, so we're up 2. If you look back, we're kind of level from that time. And if you can think back to the end of the school year last year, we were hovering around the 3,700 mark. We're about 62 students across the system up. With our elementary population totaling 1,156 total across 3 buildings. We have 613 in grades 4 and 5 between G Blues and the intermediate. We have 892 students at the middle school, and we have 1,001 students at the high school. So obviously that slow trickle that we talked about, is still there and is progressing. And we will have future conversations about that. Donation report. We have the following donation reports as of February 9th. We'd like to acknowledge Andoco/CVR for $41 for PBIS needs at the middle school, and then an anonymous $600 donation towards our middle school band program. So thank you for those individuals and companies. We appreciate you. One other thing I want to note beyond board appreciation, I do want to give a shout out. I was remiss at the last meeting when there was a lot of snow. I wanted to thank Tim Drawball and the maintenance staff who worked tirelessly to get the parking lot open for us to be able to have that really important meeting. They worked a ton to get us here. And I also want to give a shout out to the calendar committee. If you had a chance to open up the calendar and look at it, it's got a big facelift for this year, and that's the hard work of Mrs. DeLong, the calendar committee, and especially Laura Flagel, who really vested into making that a really usable document for families and to really have it look good. So thanks to those individuals. That concludes my report at this time. Mr. Barwin.
So I just wanted to give a little brief update on just headlines from the governor's budget proposal, budget address from last week. So here's some of the headlines for next year's budget on what he proposed. $50 million increase to basic ed funding, $50 million increase to special ed funding, $565 million increase to the adequacy Ready to Learn block grant, $125 million to public school facilities improvement grants, and continued cyber reform through deductions. It's very similar to last year's budget. The numbers are a little bit smaller on the basic ed side and a little bit higher on the special ed side. The adequacy money is, again, the same as last year. Now, that was an unknown that we were going to get that money, but that was to the tune of $1.2 million. So if you go to the next slide, I haven't broken down what it means for SHIP. So for us, the impact, basic ed funding increase, just an estimated right now is about $110,000 increase. Special ed funding increase estimated at about $120,000. And then there's that adequacy Ready to Learn, the additional $1.2 million.
So just to be clear, is that 1.2 from what we got this year?
Correct. Yep,
Okay.
that's additional. So, I mean, this is just his proposal.
His wish list.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a really important point.
Right. So, yeah, we're back to square one where we were last year at this time.
Hopefully it doesn't take till September.
That would be nice. So I'll keep the PASBO conference is end of March. They usually have some more info on this stuff then. But I also wanted to give the timeline out, the upcoming Budget and Finance Committee of the Whole meetings. There's one at the next meeting in February, and then we have one at the beginning of March, and the one in April, and then we need to pass a proposed budget, final budget, at the end of April to meet the state's deadlines. And then we have that May timeframe to finagle what we want with the proposed budget and seek board approval for the final budget, that first meeting in June 8th. Any questions for me? There's just a brief head.
I have a question about the grants for school facilities.
Yes.
So can you describe are there any guardrails as to what you can and cannot apply for those monies to go towards to help us?
Yes. Leslie might have a better, might be better to
Yeah, I didn't bring the grant application with me, but there are definitely, like, you can apply for things that, like, are fixing the building envelope, heating and air conditioning.
Roofs.
Yeah, roofing. So it really is to the, like, infrastructure, the building infrastructure. And you can apply for multiple grants. So you can apply one that is district-wide. Like, for example, you could apply to get all new windows in every building in the district. So it would be like a window grant. Or you can apply, and I should say, you could also apply then for one specific site. That would be, for example, totally redoing the building envelope at one building. Or you could apply for a roof at one building. So it can be site-specific. That can be one grant application, and then you can do a second one that would be like a district one. So you can I think you can apply for two different things. So one that would be district-wide and one that would be site-specific.
And just a reminder, this is a competitive grant. We've applied for it before. I think, we were not chosen out of Cumberland County or Franklin County last time. And we are working with, Tim is working with a company to help us write the grants and submit them. We'll talk more about those at the facilities as far as the plan of what, Tim and the administration believes are priorities that might be something we can get from this grant. But again, local legislators can have a voice in this. So, if you want to reach out to them as we get the grant application in, that would be great. So,
Just a quick comment. Speaking to that, May 5th, 8:30 a.m. is Advocacy Day in Harrisburg. Just letting you know. There you go. If anybody wants to take a road trip.
I think it was in your update. You said that cyber reform probably not really a priority this year.
I think it may be a priority for the governor. I again, through back channels and through organizations, I would say that the legislators maybe have lost focus on that and have moved on to other topics. I would be surprised, but I'm willing to be pleasantly surprised that additional reforms happen in that area. But we're not hearing that politically there's the will to do more there than what's already been done. But we could be wrong. Thanks.
Was that everything then for the update, Caleb?
Thank you.
All right. All right, so moving on to the consent agenda will be items 4A through 4G. We have 4A, approval of minutes. 4B, finance. 4C is exchange student for the 26-27 school year. 4D is the 25-26 updated calendar. Administration recommends approval of the attached updated 25-26 calendar to reflect the snow days and the makeup days on March 13th of 2026 and June 3rd of 2026. 4E is the 24-25 local audited financial statements. 4F is personnel changes to professional staff, support staff, and supplemental staff. And 4G are the coaches for the spring 25-26 season.
Just to note that the number 14 is actually a coaching that didn't get in the right area.
We need to amend that.
I mean, we can. I mean, it's gonna be a heartache.
All right. Are there any items that any board member would want to take separately through 4A through 4G?
4G.
Okay. All right, so I need a motion for approval for 4A through 4F.
Motion to approve.
Right, Scott, second.
Motion made by Mrs. Wolfinger, second by Mr. Scott. Any discussion for items 4A through 4F?
On 4F, I just want to recognize all of the retirements on there. There are some really, really long-term, amazing people on that list, and we just want to thank you for all of your years of dedication.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, there's some, I hate to call them veterans, but
Yes.
we're losing some institutional knowledge with some of these retirements. And
I'm honestly really, really sad looking at that list.
yeah, so thank you to them for all that they have done.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and then so item 4G, is there a motion to approve 4G?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Goetz, second by Mrs. Wolfinger. Discussion?
Just one point I'd like to ask about, if maybe at a future meeting. There's a lot of dedicated and and talented people that work for our athletics, work for our teams, work for our kids, and commit their time and energy. I would like to learn more about how the coaching staff are evaluated, and not necessarily what the evaluations are, but as far as the tool that's utilized by the athletic director and administration to carry those out.
I can attach that tool to my update, Mr. Aluzzi.
Can I, also, salary for these positions, how are they determined?
So within the contract we just recently settled, Mr. Scott, these will be adjusted according to the same percentage increase that was year by year for the professional staff on the teaching side.
All right, but everybody's not a teacher.
Right, so it's separate. Anyone who's in a paid position is going to get the same salary increase that we agreed to for the teachers.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, moving on to the action agenda, be items 5A through 5G. So item 5A is the elementary assistant principal position. Is there a motion to approve 5A?
Fred Scott making a motion to approve.
Veloci, second.
Motion made by Mr. Scott, second by Mr. Alosi. Any discussion?
Just a quick question. So the plan then is that this position will be sort of floating between our three elementaries?
Yes, sir.
For me, just a typo on their 12th month elementary assistant.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sorry, it's my nerdiness.
I really didn't want. Can I ask for executive session on this item?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do that. Do we need a second to do that, or?
What's the question we hear?
Second it.
Okay, so motion was made by Mr. Alosi and a second by Mrs. Wolfinger to take a brief pause here for executive session.
You want to vote on that?
Didn't last long.
Right, I mean, you can.
Second, yeah. All right, after returning from executive session, further discussion, had some questions whether or not that should have been a executive session topic versus public discussion. And we determined that this can happen in the public, so we're going to go ahead and continue the discussion around item 5A, the elementary assistant principal position.
Yeah, so one of my questions is about the position, and that it lists here as only one, and then the commentary was given about it being divided by 3 schools. So I would like to see if administration can provide a description as to how that dividing will take place and how all 3 schools will benefit from the creation of this position, how it'll be applied.
Sure. The vision is it's primarily at SACE, as that has the largest ratio of students to administrators. The bulk of the time there, with some sharing done at the other 2 elementaries, either on a scheduled basis or as an ad-need basis. One of the big issues that we struggle with is that when an administrator is out of the building, there's nobody to cover, and deal with that building. So, if there's a time when one elementary principal is out, rather than having, central office administrators cover or be on call, this individual could go there. I, again, would say that the bulk of the time is going to be at SACE.
There were some discussions about potentially adding another position later, correct?
Correct. So this position is on this year's budget, and will come out of this year's budget. Through the budget process, the administration is gathering priorities. One of those priorities has been a talk of another potential assistant position or dean of students position. Should that rise to the level of being a priority that the board can support, that would go on the 26-27 budget, and we would just do that through the normal budgeting process.
I think it would be good to just be proactive and kind of, develop what is going to be the best idea if we do add a second position, or whether it's a dean of students or an assistant principal, and just kind of, have a comparison. So since you're already going to add potentially an assistant principal at SACE, I understand their roles are very different, but I would love to see us be, proactive and kind of decide which is the better alternative.
Yeah, I think that's the first decision point. Is it an assistant or is it a dean?
Yep.
And then we can go from there.
Any further discussion on that? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, moving on to item 5B, the elementary assistant principal job description. Is there a motion for item 5B?
So move.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Alosi, second by Mrs. Wolfinger. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 5C, the cyber charter settlement agreement. Is there a motion for 5C?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Carey, second by Mr. Scott. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 5D, the school board treasurer. Is there a motion for 5D?
Move to approve. Second.
Second.
Who's the second there?
Mr. Scott.
Scott, all right. Motion by Mr. Bard, second by Mr. Scott. Any discussion?
Can you just explain this a little bit, Mr. August,
Can I defer
as
to
far
Mr.
as
Barr?
what they do?
Yeah, they look over the payment of bills that are on each board agenda. They'll sign off on that. They're a signer on the bank, so if we're in need to sign a check or anything like that, they can sign off on a check. This role is sometimes a board member, sometimes it's an admin, but it's always been the director of HR here, so.
Is it a stipend thing or not? No? Okay.
Yep.
So that's-
I mean, Mrs. Weber was our treasurer
Okay,
previously.
thank you.
So it's a second set of eyes on a lot of
Correct, yep.
our finances.
Right.
Gotcha.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 5E is the Policy 005 Organization Update. Is there a motion for 5E?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Wolfinger, second by Mr. Scott. Any discussion?
I just fond farewell to my time at the Franklin County Career Tech, but I'm new adventure at the Learning Center, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for that. But I hope you all have fun over there at the VOTEC. They're having an open house on February 20th, and I would recommend any of you to go, not just the ones who are on their board now. It's a pretty fabulous place, and I'll try to get more details about times and whatnot. I have an email out to one of the Chambersburg board members to get that for all of you. So it's a great little facility.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 5F, the expulsion waivers. Is there a motion for 5F?
Let's go and make a motion. Approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Scott, second by Mr. Noggle. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 5G, the Shippensburg Area School District nominee to the Capital Area Intermediate Unit Board of Directors. Is there a motion for 5G?
Motion to
Move.
approve.
Motion by Mrs. Wolfinger, second by Mr. Noggle. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, moving on to the discussion agenda. Items 6A through 6F. I'll go ahead and read through these. And if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to stop me. So 6A is the 2026 prom. 6B, the SAMS PBIS interactive dance. 6C is the 26-27 school calendar.
Can we pause there?
Yep.
I just want to give props to whoever came up with the idea of a 2-hour delay after the Super Bowl. And I noticed that that's on next year. I checked to see when the 2027 Super Bowl is, and it's there again.
We actually have a whole day off for that.
Yeah, it's a whole day off next year.
President's Day.
We have a full day off next year.
Yeah.
That's great. Hopefully it's like a Pennsylvania team then. And that
Yeah.
would be great.
Because you're a senior next year. That's what.
Hey.
There was a big conversation on social media today. Did you catch that?
Oh.
Them talking about why there's a 2-hour delay. Mr. August, can you explain so the listening community understands why there was a 2-hour delay on a post Super Bowl day?
So the thinking is that a lot of families will be up extremely late,
Yeah.
particularly the young children, and being hyped up depending on how interested they are in the game, and it's a good thing to do in my mind, to have our kids more rested after a long potential night.
Love it. And I also, and I don't know where this came from as well, but a lot of our 3-day weekends turned into 4-day weekends here and there. I like that too. So I'm appreciative of the planning that went into this calendar.
Well, we can tell we are no longer a farming community. 'Cause farmers going to get up no matter football game or nothing else.
It's true.
Thank you.
And I will say, by looking at the calendar, it is so much more parent friendly to read. So thank you for that.
All right. 6D is the new high school welding club. 6E is the Nucella renewal agreement for the 26-27 year. And 6F is the GASB 75 valuation of post-employment benefits. Is there any other comments on any of those items?
I sent some questions last week, and I just wanted to say thank you to Dr. Donat and Dr. Stevens for giving me information.
Does Ms. Fowler not have any spare time?
I think she's very efficiently scheduled during that day.
Wow.
And you may remember, just to support that club, in the grant, the Ready to Learn grant, there is money set aside to expand from 2 stations to 6 stations, to not only support the welding club, but also the welding course.
All right, any further comments? Moving on to citizens' comments regarding non-agenda items. I don't think we have anybody out there. Okay, and that brings us to board comments. Mr. Scott?
Nothing.
Yeah. Mr. Carey?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mrs. Wolfinger?
Just wanted to say thank you to Nicole Avery. A couple of us had gone over to Nancy Grayson on a Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, and just kind of walked through the building, and I just appreciated her time. She answered a bunch of questions, and we appreciated it.
Mr. Bard?
Nothing, thanks.
Dr. Goetz?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Noggle?
Nothing.
Dr. Lyman?
Nothing for me.
Mr. Alosi?
Good evening.
I have nothing this evening. Information date savers for the board. We have February 11th for Buildings and Grounds Committee, February 18th for the Budget and Finance Committee, February 19th for Curriculum and Student Engagement Committee. And then we will be back February 23rd for the Planning and Action meeting. And the district, we have February, well, that was today, so we'll scratch that. February 13th is an in-service day, and February 16th, the district is closed. Meeting adjourned.